Today, we're going to dive deep into the invisible intelligence that pretty much runs our modern world. It's a technology that's so woven into the fabric of our lives, you probably don't even realize it's there. So, what is this hidden force? Seriously, think about it. It's something you interact with from the second you wake up. In fact, you've probably used it a dozen times already today without even thinking about it. Your phone is a great place to start, and yeah, you're spot on. It's way more than just something you call people on. It's a super powerful pocket computer, and it's making millions of decisions every single second. What about your car? You bet. Modern cars have dozens of these little hidden brains running everything from how the engine performs to the braking system that, literally keeps you safe on the road. But it's not just the big, complex stuff. Think about the most basic things in your house. Even your microwave has one. It's what perfectly controls the cooking time and the power levels. This tech is, and I mean this literally, everywhere. All right, time for the big reveal. The answer we've been looking for is the embedded microprocessor. It's a tiny, powerful computer chip, a hidden brain, really, that gets built into all sorts of equipment to give it that smart functionality. So, what exactly is this little engine? Well, at its core, a microprocessor is just an incredible feat of engineering. We're talking about millions of microscopic switches, called transistors, all crammed onto a single tiny sliver of silicon. And what it does is actually brilliantly simple. It's just doing this constant, super fast three-step dance. First, it fetches some data. Second, it decodes the instructions to figure out what to do with that data. And finally, it processes it, does the math, runs the operation. Fetch, decode, process. Over and over, millions of times a second. And the scale here is it's completely mind-boggling. To put it in perspective, a Pentium 4 processor, and that's ancient tech by today's standards, had around 50 million transistors. 50 million tiny switches on one chip, all working together perfectly. Okay, to really wrap our heads around this, let's use an analogy. Let's imagine the microprocessor is a brain in a box. We're going to take a quick tour of this silicon mind and see how all the pieces fit together. First up, you've got the control unit. This thing is the CEO, the big boss. It's in charge of the entire operation, telling all the other parts of the chip what to do, when to do it, and managing all the data flying around. So yeah, in our brain in a box, the control unit is totally the conscious mind. It's the director of the show, making all the big decisions and making sure everything runs like clockwork. Then you've got the arithmetic logic unit, or ALU for short. This is the math whiz, the number cruncher. It handles all the nitty-gritty logical operations and all the raw calculations, adding, subtracting, you name it. Exactly. This is the calculation center of our little brain. Anytime a number needs to be crunched or a logical choice has to be made, the ALU is what gets the job done, no questions asked. And what good is a brain without memory, right? Microprocessors have these tiny, incredibly fast memory units called registers built right onto the chip. This is where they stash the data and instructions they need to get to in a hurry. It's basically the brain's short-term and long-term memory all rolled into one. It keeps that critical information right there, ready for instant recall. That's a huge part of what makes these things so unbelievably fast. So that's our brain in a box. You've got the conscious mind directing traffic, the calculation center doing the heavy lifting, and the memory holding all the important info. And it's all connected by a system bus, which is kind of like the nervous system, letting everything work together as this perfect, tiny, self-contained intelligence. All right, that was the micro view. Now let's zoom back out to the big picture. You see, microprocessors really fall into two main camps, and the first one is all about general-purpose power. So you've got your general-purpose chips. Think of the processor in your laptop. It's a jack-of-all-trades built to handle a ton of different tasks. But then you have special-purpose chips. They're the specialists. They're designed to do one thing and one thing only, but they do it perfectly, like the chip in your microwave. And man, the evolution of those general-purpose chips is basically the story of the PC. We started with simple 8-bit processors in home computers for games and learning. Then we grew up to 16-bit chips for business PCs. And that eventually led to these super powerful 32-bit processors for heavy-duty professional work, like computer-aided design. But here's the twist. As amazing as those chips are, it's the other category, the special-purpose ones, that have quietly built the automated world we live in today. These are the real hidden brains we were talking about from the start. And their uses are just endless. They're in communication, running everything from your phone to the complex systems that book your flights. They're in medicine, at the heart of devices measuring blood pressure. In your home, they control your washing machine. And in the office, they're what make modern laser printers so incredibly fast and smart. And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? One tiny, brilliant piece of silicon has led to countless applications that define our lives. From the biggest supercomputers to the simplest coffee makers, these hidden brains are the true unsung heroes of our modern age. Which leaves us with one last big question. We've seen how far these silicone minds have come. But as they keep getting more and more powerful at an almost unbelievable rate, you have to wonder, what parts of our world will they automate next?